Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Rob's Rig. Today, I thought it would be kind of fun to run through what the Jeep Wrangler needs. I did a little bit of a search, and a lot of these things I have, some of them I don't, and this is supposedly what your Jeep Wrangler needs if you just got one. Now, I didn't just get it. We've had it for a little while. It's a 2025 Jeep Wrangler Willys, four-door, obviously. So let's go ahead, we'll jump right in and run through supposedly what your Jeep Wrangler needs. It says here, the day one essentials. And by the way, I did find these on the web, and you know everything on the internet is accurate, right? So let's jump in. These are the small, highly recommended fixes. So we're already assuming that the Jeep Wrangler has something that needs to be fixed, I guess. Common factory shortcomings. Number one, replacement hood latches. Upgrading to lockable or non-stretchy latches prevents hood flutter at highway speeds. I'm here to tell you, you can't see them, but I still have the rubber hood latches. I would actually like to have something that locks, and maybe these latches are like a twofer, right? They stop the hood from fluttering, which I don't really notice a problem with mine anyway, and also a way to be able to lock the hood. Next up, all-weather floor mats. Essential for protecting the carpet from mud and spills, especially if you plan to drive with the top off and like it rains like mad or maybe blows that big gulp over or something. I do have these. I think it's a necessity, not just on the Jeep Wrangler, but any vehicle really, just to protect the carpet. I mean, if you spill a drink or, you know, step in a puddle or get in the vehicle with something really dirty, why not have it on all weathers that you can just hose off, right? Grab handles. These make entering and exiting much easier, particularly for passengers or if the Jeep is lifted. Well, my Jeep Wrangler, and I think all of them, come with grab handles, at least on the A-pillars there, right? I guess they're probably talking about another one on the roll bar up at the top, just so you can kind of maybe grab both areas as you get in and out. I think that's probably overkill, but it does look kind of cool. A stubby antenna replaces the long metal factory whip, which often hits branches or car wash brushes. My Jeep didn't come with any kind of an antenna, so I guess I'm already okay there. I don't know that any of them do. Leave a comment, let me know. Did your Jeep Wrangler come with one of those whip metal antennas? I don't know. Next up, locking fuel cap. Provides peace of mind and security since the stock fuel door often doesn't lock. That is something I agree with. You know, like the hood, the fuel opening is there for anybody to do anything, right? Somebody comes by, a vandal, whatever, dumps something in there, you're kind of out of luck. I would like to have that, that would be nice. Next up, it says here if you're heading off pavement, seasoned owners prefer or suggest these must-have things, I guess, or things that you should add or have on your Jeep Wrangler. Number one, a recovery kit. Includes toe straps, soft shackles, and gloves for safe extraction. Yeah, if you get stuck somewhere, you're going to wish you had that stuff. And I would add maybe an extravagance to that, and that is a winch on the front. Because if you get stuck somewhere and there's a tree or something nearby, or even you drive a stake in the ground, if you can get it to hold, and actually winch yourself out of something if you get stuck badly, that would be nice to have. Next up, portable air compressor. Crucial for airing up tires after driving on sand or trails. Absolutely. I mean, if you air down, you got to be able to air up, right? That or you're going down the pavement with severely deflated tires. I think that's a no-brainer. First aid kit and fire extinguisher. Safety basics that should be securely mounted to the roll bar or anywhere for that matter. And this is another one where it doesn't really have to be a Jeep Wrangler or any vehicle, probably carrying around some kind of a first aid kit. I mean, you know, if you're out, you're doing stuff, I think that's probably where you're more likely to get injured because you're not familiar with your surroundings. I remember a long time ago, I was at the grocery store of all places, pushing a cart, there was a sharp edge, and I cut my finger. Of course, it bled and it was not nice, and I ended up having to buy Band-Aids at the grocery store. You know, you pick them up off the shelf and you get them all out before you pay for them. because I didn't have a first aid kit. Fire extinguisher, not a bad idea. I don't know that that's a big necessity, but I know a lot of guys do carry those. Tire pressure deflators. Saves time when lowering your PSI for better traction on rough terrain. Kind of goes right along with the inflator, I guess, or air pump. I mean, if you're going to buy an air pump, you're going to deflate, you probably ought to pick these up at the same time. They kind of all go together, right? And of course, it just makes it easier to air down if you're going to. Maintenance and reliability. To keep a Wrangler running for 200,000 plus miles, they do that? Follow these core habits. Number 1, undercarriage washes. Crucial after off-roading to remove mud or salt that causes frame rust. Obviously, but I think, you know, the best place to take them is not a car wash. It's one of those self-service wand type places where you have that high pressure wand and you can get all the mud and junk off, and of course leave it lying there in the bed for the next person, or in the bay, I should say, for the next person. Ever seen that? Pull into one of those self or do-it-yourself car washes and there's cakes of mud everywhere? Well, you know why, right? Frequent inspections. Check suspension bushings and U-joints regularly, as these are common wear points. That's another no-brainer, I think. If you're a big-time off-roader and you're going to be out running around, putting the Jeep through its paces, you know, different angles and ruts and all that stuff where all the parts are flexing and moving, it would be a good idea to do frequent inspections to make sure that nothing is wearing out. The death wobble prevention. Ensure your ball joints and track bars are tight. Loose components are the main cause of uncontrollable steering shakes. I've told this story before. I was driving down the freeway once on my way home from work, and there was a Jeep, and all 4 tires were doing this. It was the damnedest thing, and they acted like it was no big deal. Didn't even slow down. They were doing like 65 mile an hour. Must have been a hell of a weird ride inside with everything doing this. I don't know. Social rules. We might as well throw this in because if you're getting a Jeep for the first time, there are some rules you need to follow. The Jeep wave. It's custom to wave at other Wrangler owners as you pass by. There are many different waves. The enthusiastic wave, don't do that. The peace sign, the sideways peace sign, or just a little double finger up on the steering wheel. The cool wave, I think. Definitely should do that, and be prepared. You're going to get waved at. Jeep ducking. You might find a rubber duck on your door handle. It's a sign of admiration from another Jeeper. That's true. And don't get mad. I know this is a polarizing thing. Some people hate the ducks, right? I don't know why. For me, it is a sign of camaraderie and admiration. If somebody puts a duck on your Jeep that they probably bought, they paid for this with their own money, right? Take that as a compliment. You don't have to leave it in your Jeep if you don't want. Bring it home, toss it, or maybe keep it around and put it on the next Jeep that you see. I think it's pretty cool myself. Anyway, those are just, I guess, a few things that the Jeep Wrangler needs, according to the web, right off of the shelf as soon as you get it and bring it home. Leave a comment. Let me know. Do you have all these things? I'd just be curious. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.